So I'm much relieved to learn that the cap appears to be working, although I'm not entirely sure that I trust the word of BP on the matter. I'm hoping that some independent people go and verify that the cap is indeed working and that there are no more plumes coming from that well. However, I think that the next thing we need to focus up on is the cleanup effort, because the last time I saw or read, BP was actually just using paper towels to clean up oil on a beach, and you actually need to do a better job than that. So we have to really think of some innovative ways of cleaning up the estuaries and the beaches. You know, I think the 1980s for me, why they're so happy is because I was a teenager and a preteen, and oh dear, my garbage is going. And everyone was a superpower, not only the superpowers, but my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa. And you know my name is Simon, and the things I draw come true. Seeing is believing. I want a sustainable economy. I mean, if we have X number of resources on the planet, I hope that there's some way that we can work together so that we're consuming the proper amount of resources on the planet rather than this amount of resources on the planet. Because I've read that actually, in order to sustain this rate of consumption, we would actually need 7 planets, 7 planet Earths to sustain this. So it's very important. I mean, probably the only way to sustain this number of planets would be to go to new planets with aliens. A big planet with aliens and low gravity. Probably. It's actually not ethical to be throwing out things that can be recycled, but I figure that this neighborhood needs to have its trash picked up, and there's only so much that I can recycle anyways. And I'm hoping to get more people interested in this project idea I have about recycling the garbage that you find on the ground around you. This, I actually found out, this type of bottle, Big Hug, the top and the bottom can be recycled, but most things, like the plastic pop bottles, the tops on those cannot be, but the bottle can be. I think the label can be too. This, I have no idea. I think it wouldn't hurt to just throw in a little bit of odd plastic. These are horrible for animals, so before I throw this in, I'm going to break all the holes because it actually gets wound around animals and strangles them, the holes. So if there is a God actually like floating around there in space, I wonder if you can see that huge thing that's like reputedly twice the size of Texas or the size of the continental US or something, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is just floating someplace 10 meters thick with garbage that we put in there. And God's eye view, I wonder if a God's eye view includes a view of this garbage floating in the Pacific. And man, oh man, I know God's eye view's gotta contain the oil spills plural. As a person who's decided recently to make myself Simon and commit myself to this art project I have of visualizing an ideal reality and acting on that as if you can create the ideal reality, I think that having my new bald head is probably a good thing to get people to notice me. But, you know, I have some reservations because I worry about my grandmother seeing me like this, so I'm going to go with a wig when I see her and tell her gradually how I came about this idea that I have for going bald. There's this idea that Smith gave me for going bald, and I've always wanted to try it, or I've always wanted to try a mohawk at least. And I decided that it was not ethical for me to continue to dye my hair and put those chemicals into the environment. And I also can't really afford to spend so much money cutting my hair, and I am interested in seeing what my hair color actually looks like without the dye, because I think I have a lot of gray now and it could actually look pretty nice. Although I worry about my hairdresser because I would like to support her. So I'm wondering if there are other ways that I can help support her business rather than doing the hair dye. Like maybe I could make her a website. Who knows? Of course, it's not ethical to make her a website if she's going to be doing the hair dye, but I figure people are going to be doing it anyways, and we could try and focus on hair cutting rather than hair dye. And maybe I could even suggest to her chemicals that are less intrusive on the environment for hair dye, and help her decide that maybe she would like to become a more ecologically minded salon. And that might be a good niche for her. What I want to do in my reality is live my wildest, bestest dreams. And having a bald head right now seems like a good way to do that, and to like give me some experience about what can happen if you live your wildest dreams. And I'm having good hopes for us, and I'm having good hopes for the planet. So I wonder, what role does copper have in alchemy? So I found this metal P, but I'm afraid to take it because I want the scrappers to find it. And I found this ghost, so I said metal P ghost. Beam us all up. Made of steel. We have learned the error of our ways in this human, I hope. So, we would like another chance. Yes, we have learned the error. And you know my name is Simon, and the things I draw come true. Do 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 do. Wishbone. Yes, I wish. I wish for a wonderful reality. Got the big half. Ha ha ha. Simon Puppet got the small half. Simon is now reduced in half to sim on. I found these tools I'm going to take. I'm not going to leave the tools for the scrappers. I think I'm going to take these tools. Dead bird, decay and grace. Found this next to a bird-sized hole in the road. Arrow by... Wow, flies buzzing all around the mulberry tree. Arrow. CWR4S. S. Manhole. Wow. You can see the sparrows, or whatever they are, through hopping on barbed wire under the mulberry tree by the train tracks. Oh wow, and look at these old leaves.